Okay. Right, gentlemen. Now, just now we'll have a interview of Sushant, and interview will be taken by Captain Sri Rai. He is a qualified interviewing officer. As far as Sushant is concerned, Sushant belongs to Batinda, and he is Hindu, general category. His father is 10th pass, and he's a businessman. His mother is housewife. He has got one younger brother who is studying 11th. He himself has passed CBSE 10th with 90% and 12th with 84%. Other than this, he's also got then he has been a part of, okay, just hold it. Good. He plays badminton, volleyball, basketball, and tug of war. Well, he has participated in debate, science exhibition, quiz, and inter-basketball competition. He has been to SSB once, 14 SSB for NDA. Now he has got his SSB scheduled next month. Okay. It all between Captain Sisir and Sushant will remain muted. Right. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Right, sir, we are ready. So, Sushant, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay. How are you?
Hi, sir.
Okay, so where are you located now?
Currently, I'm staying in Batinda at Punjab.
Okay, and how's the weather there in Batinda?
Very good and warm and humid.
Very humid.
Not so humid, sir, but a little warm.
Okay, so if I have to visit Batinda, what all places would you like to show me?
So there are certain places which I would like to show you, as there are many.
Can you be slightly louder? Your voice is this thing.
Okay. Sir, I would like to recommend you to visit the places. There are various famous gurdwaras, as it is there's one of the oldest forts, and there's one of the famous gurdwaras over here, which is just nearby my house. And there are various zoos over here, such as the Birtala Zoo, and it also holds the deer safari over here. And Chetak Park is also there, which is located in the Army Cantonment area. And sir, there are certain other places such as the factory outlet, which holds a very lot of places for excitement and for joy. And sir, there is also canal-based colonies and also the lake-based village, which holds a very great importance. And there is also a lake tree point.
Okay, great. And which is the best time to visit Batinda?
Sir, best time is around, if you want to experience the kind of gurdwaras and the feeling of langar, then you have to visit in the winter. And if you want to do adventures and the sports, then you can visit in the summer, as there has been recently the Panjoy has been inaugurated in Bangalore.
Okay.
It is the sports nation.
Can I just request you if you can make your this things loud mic or something, because
Yes, sir. One second. Is it okay now?
more.
So now?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So I hope you are able to hear me properly.
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So you have been to NDA once. What happened?
Sir, I got conference out at that.
Conference out. So you have been with the process of interview and everything.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll be conducting the interview in the same way, though through video conferencing. That will be the only difference. And you have been through with that one. So we'll follow the same procedure. You will be conversing with each other in English. But should you feel the need to explain something or you're getting stuck somewhere, you may use Hindi, but I would request you to revert back to English as soon as possible. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
during this 45 minutes or so, we'll be talking more about you, covering areas like your education, family, spare time, interests, hobbies, etc. in detail. Though I have gained some information after going through the PIQ form that you had filled at the and submitted to Sir, now you may talk freely about you and your activities in greater detail. Suppose you tell me about your education starting from class 8th onward and working up to your present level. I would be interested in knowing about the percentage scored in various examinations, the subjects chosen after class 10 for further studies, and also about your future career options. Talk about your participation in extra co-curricular activities, including game sports, etc., any achievements in them. Mention about the teacher that you like the most and those who did not impress you much. I would also be interested in knowing about your friend circle that you moved with while in school, college, or hostel. Who are your close friends? Why do you consider them so? Any difficulties in financing your education and such other things? You may start.
Sir, at first I will start my education. I completed my 8th class from first standard till 8th standard. I studied in Retd School, Batinda only. And then after the COVID, during the COVID pandemic, I shifted to Jaipur, Rajasthan. And then I studied in Pedar World School Jaipur. In 8th standard, I scored, sir, 85%. And in 9th standard, I scored 89%. Afterwards, in my 10th standard, I scored 90%. Then I was a day scholar at that time in Pedar World School, and then I moved to Price Academy Sikkar, Rajasthan. And it was a boarding only, and I scored 87% in my 11th standard, and in my 12th standard, I scored 84%. Afterwards, sir, I took part in various standard exams. In 8th standard only, I have participated in Bhaskar examination. And in 9th and 10th standard, primarily there was, due to COVID pandemic, the SPSC was and NPSC was going to organize, but I was not able to participate. And afterwards, sir, in my 11th and 12th standard, as I've already given the examinations of MBA, and subsequently after my 12th, I've given the JEE mains examination, which I scored 72%. And sir, talking about my extracurricular and co-curricular activities which I have taken part, I have taken part in these activities since 9th and 10th standard. I taken part in a science exhibition, and also, sir, in the debate competition, certain storytelling competition, but it was not continuous. And sir, I've taken part in both kinds of activities. Like in 11th standard only, I've taken part in the inter-hostel drill competition, and it was also in my sports activities. I've taken part in football during my 9th and 10th standard, and subsequently in 11th standard also. And in my 12th standard, when I went to SSB also, I started playing volleyball, and afterwards, still I'm currently playing volleyball. And sir, badminton, I've been playing it since my 8th standard, during the lockdown also and after the lockdown. And sir, tug of war, I've been playing since 11th standard and 12th standard, and I won, sir, third position in my tug of war. It was, sir, inter-hostel and inter-class competition. And sir, I participated in one thing I guess that I participated in a quiz, and I also organized a quiz in my school only, and our team got third position in that quiz. Sir, talking about my friends and whom I usually interact with, the friends which I usually have in my 8th standard were mainly my neighbors and one or two school friends. And sir, in my 9th and 10th standard, I usually made a lot of friends. And in my 9th and 10th standard, there were mainly two main best friends of mine, which were Aryan and Gia. Afterwards, sir, in my 11th and 12th standard, I made a lot of friends during my hostel life. And the main best friends were Devasya, Krishan, and there was one more named Tikansi. So these were my friends only during my whole school time. And these were my best friends because, sir, they were very helpful and they were very cooperative, and we were very excelling in everything. Whenever we felt if someone has felt it has taken any mistake or done any mistake, then we usually talk upon that and try to fix it. This is one of the things that's why I consider them the best friend. And sir, already we have taken part in various activities because of them already we were main friends. And sir, if I talk about the features which I like the most and the subjects which I like the most, after the 10th standard, I usually had a very good mathematics and I was very interested in science and mathematics. That's why I pursued PCM during that time, and then because of the ND also. And the teachers which I liked the most in my 9th and 10th standard maybe were the science teacher and my mathematics teacher, who were mainly Kumar Tyagi and Kapta Kumar Tyagi. They were my relatives also. And sir, if I talk about my 11th and 12th standard, there were many teachers which I liked the most, but the most of them were mainly physics and mathematics teachers. One of the main favorite teachers of mathematics was Praveen Kumar Sharma, and from physics, I usually like the teacher name this one thing. So these were the main teachers I liked, and there were primarily there were no teachers which I didn't like, but at certain point of time, due to any subject weak in any subject, I tried to be very interactive with some teachers. That's why there was no any kind of problem with my teachers.
Okay. What about any difficulties in financing your education?
Primarily, there were no difficulties as every family has certain financial problems at certain point of time, but there was not any time.
Okay, great. So you told me something about that you like. What were the qualities of your friend that you liked most? One quality.
So being a helpful and cooperative nature between our friends.
Okay. So they were helpful to you. Can you give me some examples of which way they helped you?
Sir, when I went to hostel only, I felt that I was a very weak in certain physical activities and sports. So my friends were the only one who told me that you should play more sports and mainly team sports because I liked them that time because it was also the physical strength which I really possessed, which I didn't possess at that time. So they told me to focus on that. So that's why they also suggested me tug of war to play with so that it can enhance my teamwork and also my physical strength.
So how did it help you in life?
So tug of war.
Yeah.
The tug of war mainly it also enhanced the discipline and the kind of perseverance in my physical training. So that's why, sir, it was very helpful to me. And also, sir, it was also cooperation and very great kind of team spirit which we possess in tug of war. Because about when the kind of we have to pull the rope and what kind of technique you have to apply. So this helped me a lot.
Okay. So other than that, what other cooperation you got from your friends?
Cooperation was other than
Only
that.
this that they told you to focus on sports and play tug of war.
It was not the only one.
Hmm.
At certain point of time, I also helped them, but they mainly focused me on that because I was actually good in studies. So I tend to help them over that and cooperate with them whenever they felt any distracting topic.
Okay. Why did you shift to Prince Academy from Batinda?
Sir, because I was at that time only the COVID pandemic was there. So I thought of building up more my basics in education so that I will be able to work better in my academic field and can participate in various examinations such as NDA and further J examination for trial only. Afterwards, sir, Prince Academy was the one that I also wanted to get exposure of boarding schools and hostels. So that's why I got into it.
What was the annual fee of your Pedar World School, and what was the annual fee of Prince Academy?
Sir, for Pedar World School, it was during the 9th standard, it was 38,000 because of late admission. And afterwards, in 10th standard, it was 49 or 45,000. And sir, in Prince Academy, it was 2,27,000 in 11th standard and 237 in 12th standard.
Can you repeat it again? I didn't hear it correctly.
2,27,000, sir.
2,27,000 per annum.
Afterwards, yes, sir.
That includes all.
Yes, sir. Food and
So don't you feel that it would have been better for you to continue in the school and have less financial burden on your parents?
sir, I didn't felt at that time because sir, it was also my dream to pursue NDA. So they were also offering the coaching along with that. NDA coaching, they were offering it. So and sir, there was SSB training also. And sir, I felt at that time that C27 was high, but when I compared with other institutes, that it was very high. It was
But
low.
there are students joining from Batinda NDA.
Sir,
You have Sainik School, Kapurthala.
Yes, sir.
in Punjab itself, where people from Batinda also, I have my friends, my NDA coachmates who from Batinda who passed out of Sainik School Kapurthala and joined NDA,
Yes, sir.
which is a state government funded school and much cheaper in comparison.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I was not aware about the Sainik schools and RMS. Then I would have tried it.
Okay,
That's why I went.
fine. So which all exams did you appear for after 12th? And what were your positions?
After 12, sir, I only pursued my ND exam only and JEE exam.
And GE.
JEE, sir. JEE means.
What was the position in JE?
The rank was, TRL rank was 4,40,000 and the percentage was 72.
Okay. Why do you want to join armed forces?
Armed forces is the matter of pride and honor, and also it was my childhood dream to pursue armed forces as a career.
Hmm.
So
And
it was, the reason was, sir, because I've already seen one of the martial statues, which was just nearby our home, and watching about them and thinking about them, what are the history he possessed. So thinking about it also gave me a motivation. And sir, when I was at shop helping my father, there are certain army personnel they also come there to get medicine. So watching all them and watching the cantonment while riding my cycle, this also gave me motivation to join sports.
okay. Who is the current chief of army staff?
Current chief is General Manoj Kumar Pandey, who is going to be changed in 30th June.
Okay. And what is so special about him? There is
Sir,
something very unique about him.
sir, primarily I haven't very read about it, but about him, but I know something that he's from engineering course.
Sorry?
Engineers, he's from engineers, sir.
He is from engineers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who are the other two chiefs?
Sir, other than this, I know the vice chief of army staff. Sir, the
No,
preceding,
I want to know about chiefs of naval staff and chief of Indian Air Force.
sir, the chief of Indian Air Force is B.R. Chaudhary, Air Force Marshal B.R. Chaudhary, and the
Air
Naval.
Force Marshal.
Sorry, sir, I am not aware of the rank. Sorry.
Okay. And what
And
about
sir,
Navy?
Navy, there's Admiral Hari Kumar, R. Hari Kumar.
Hari Kumar retired. Who's the current chief?
Sir, that I don't know. Sorry. I will try to find.
Which service you want to join?
Sir, Army only.
Why?
Sir, as I told you that it was very pride and honor. So,
Pride
and
is not there in Navy and Air Force.
so it is there, but the kind of respect which I already had because of the army personnel here only, in Batinda only because of the cantonment and meeting people such like that. It was
You
also
are aware that we saved Iranian nationals in Red Sea. Indian Navy saved. So it was not a pride for the nation.
it was a pride for the nation only.
Hmm.
But sir,
Why you
for
want to join army?
sir, this is also motivation. And one of the things which I have already seen that the kind of sir, dynamism the army people have. For example, sir, General Bipin Rawat. Sir, I have read one book about it. Sir, he was a very passionate and very great motivator towards the society, and sir, he took a very great step towards the army only. Like he took a step regarding sir, he sir
Okay.
asked one of the army personnel to not to
So if you say get selected in army, what do you want to become? And why?
okay. Sir, at first I want to join the Indian Army and focus on my skills and my physical training. Afterwards, sir, I will try for the special forces, special regiment, and then, sir, I will try to I will try my best to command the special forces. Then further, if my rank and my service provided, I can be the general. The next
So why
one.
you want to join special forces?
So special forces, because of the sir operations which they take, and because of the sir the parachute regiment, Naam Namak Nishan, it was very sir, onerous towards it.
Okay. You tell me you have been such a good student. 10th you scored 90%. Why did the percentage come down to 84?
Sir, because sir, in 10th standard only, I already focused in my indoor activities like academic excellence and debate, such kind of things. So, sir, I was primarily involved in sports at that time, but as a casual level, certain like 2 days or three after 3 days, I play sports. But when I went to Prince Academy, there was regular sports, and I tried to play and focus on that only, as well on my academy. And sir, in 11th standard only, when we don't have much prior knowledge, as there's a drastic change of things. So covering over that and coping over it, this creates a time impact. So that's why, sir, and along with ND depression, so took some disadvantages.
Okay. Which is your favorite subject?
Sir, math and physics.
Mathematics.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So mathematics, tell me one great mathematician which was produced by India and what was his uniqueness? Why is he famous for?
Sir, Aryabhatta, he was the greatest mathematician, which I consider him as of the world, as he invented or discovered zero.
Anybody who's contemporary mathematician?
Contemporary, I consider Pythagoras.
Any contemporary Indian mathematician and what is he famous for?
Sir, Raman.
What is he famous for?
Sir, he made the infinite series of the mathematics.
What did he made something which is even used now and people are figuring out. It's a very famous formula or a theorem.
That I don't remember from his name.
Okay. Fine. Tell me one thing. What is the difference between a rifle and a pistol?
The rifle is used for long range and pistol is used for short range fighting.
Okay. Why does it happen like that? Why rifle is for long range? What makes the range go up?
Sir, at first the pistol is very mobile to carry, and sir, pistol is the mechanism which is followed in pistol and rifle. Sir, rifle, for example, the Car 98 we talk about. The Car 98 rifle takes the cartouche is there, so it will hit the cartouche and then it will fire on. So it takes the firing material. And sir, pistol, the force which is applied and the cartouche which is there, this is less as compared to the rifle. And the sir, rifle bullets are very much kind of sir बड़ी होती हैं और जो पिस्टल की होती है वो छोटी होती है, तो ये सर वो ज़्यादा लॉन्ग रेंज.
Okay. Now tell me one thing, why aeroplanes are able to fly and motorcycles are not?
Sir, it is because of the speed also, and it is because of the one of the phenomena of physics.
It's because of?
One of the phenomena of physics, sir.
What is it?
Sir, it is the Bernoulli theorem which is being possessed over the aeroplanes as well as the helicopter.
Okay. Can you please explain? I am a layman.
Yes, okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the Bernoulli theorem is applied as the rotor of the helicopter. For example, a helicopter is there. So the rotor will rotate. And sir, because the speed of the rotor is very high, it will create a low pressure over there. And sir, downside, when the rotor below the rotor, sir, the high pressure is there. So the air will move from the lower pressure to the high pressure to the lower pressure. So it will create an uplift.
Okay, great. Okay. Sorry. You know, there was a lot of issue about Agniveer. Even now, the government has stated something and they said that in Punjab, they didn't do well because of Agniveer. What is your take on Agniveer scheme?
Sir, Agni, at first, sir, if I talk about Punjab only, sir, there was one of our leaders who is from our constituency only, Sukhbir Singh Badal. He made a statement about the age regarding criteria.
Hey, what is your take? What is your understanding of scheme? What do you feel about Agniveer scheme?
Agni scheme is good and it has to make certain changes which are about the training period. It was same as there was in GD. So, sir, if I think about it, the 5 years would be 5 or 6 years would be okay because it will also enhance the capability of the soldier so that it can test it, so that it can test the soldier more.
So say suppose you are my officer and I am an Agniveer. And you order me ki today you will have to go and be on that post which is nearest to say China.
Okay.
So I will say, sir, I have just completed 5 years and another 1 year I'm going to retire. Or 3 years I have completed, 1 year I'm going to retire. I will not like to go.
At first, I will, sorry, sir, but I will tell you that you should try it at first. You should give your best. But, who knows that you will get selected? It is because of the performance you will get selected. It is not about rice and why have you joined the army?
Sir,
It
only
was
25% people are going to get permanent, 75% you are going to send back home. So, sir, there is no probability for me. Like 1 in 4 only is going to get selected. So why should I take the risk? Let me do my course, complete my graduation so that I can do some good banking job in my hometown.
at first I will tell you that I will ask you a question. Why have you joined the army? And then I will ask about your capabilities. What are your capabilities? And don't you possess the confidence that you can't upscale that thing?
Sir, I joined army because I wanted to wear the uniform which I have done for 3 years. Now I'm on the verge of retirement. And after that, I'm not going to get any pension and no this thing. So I have to look after myself.
If you have to look after yourself, then at least give a try. Not just failing and
So you
not.
can send Mr. C, he is permanent person. He can go there and serve. And you let me be here and let me complete my course. I'm going to retire next year.
What is the difference between both of you? You both are soldiers. You are committed. You are committed to your
But he
uniform.
is permanent. I'm Agniveer. There is a difference.
Sir, at first I want to tell you that you were committed to your uniform, isn't it? And he was committed to the services that he is pursuing right now also, and he will continue forward. You may or may not continue after 2 years or so. Who knows? But as per your performance I've seen, you are the best one I've seen. That's why I take you to the job.
Okay. Well, you have been organizing quiz and all in your college. I have one question, say like, how do you organize a quiz?
Quiz at first, I will discuss within my team only that what kind of quiz we are going to organize, the topic also, and then we are going to decide what kind of criteria we have to follow, the candidates we are going to take. For example, 6 to 8, or for college also, it will be first year or second year. That's different. And sir, we will make the question afterwards. We will put on the sir, make announcements in the classes, and then put on the posters in the sir. There was a board also, community board, and then sir, we will before that. So I will ask the dean for organizing quiz, and sir, I will ask the teachers to be prior helpers of us in case certain problems, and for making certain questions that we are making on the final round. And sir, afterwards, we will also invite one of our alumni for the college for as a teachers over there, and we will also organize a trophy for them, the winner team, and we will decide the criteria whether it be inter-batch or inter-class for that, and we will frame the questions, and after that, we will arrange the chairs. We will decide how will the rounds are going to be conducted. At first, one round, how many teams are going to participate. For example, there are 10 teams. So 10 teams will be asked the questions by the pursuit of the time. Afterwards, we will select 5 teams. After that, we will conduct the quiz between 3
So
teams.
when the quiz starts,
Yes, sir.
one team starts objecting that you are being biased, easy questions are being given to them, and you are being partial to the team, and they start creating ruckus on the stage.
Sir, at first, I will tell my subordinate because I will be the anchor only over there. As I have already pursued when I organize the quiz, I will be the anchor. So I will tell the subordinate, or if I am over there, then I will try to calm them down and make him on the seat. And then
Say, we don't believe you. You have done this only to project your friends and get them trophy and give them monetary benefits and all that. And you are making fool of us.
Sir, in that case, sir, I will just ask them to please remain quiet, to please remain calm.
So why should we are calm, but then we are unhappy with this. We want to stage a walkout and we don't want to participate anymore in the quiz.
So I will tell them the proof about how many questions I have asked and what was the level of the question.
No, we don't agree with the questions that you are asking. They are giving correctly all the answers. It's such an easy question, and this you are being biased. So we don't want to continue with the quiz.
Sir, I will tell them why have you participated, and then I will
So
take
we
the help.
participated because we thought that will be very fair and just quiz.
In that case, sir, I will try to convey them that in case there is a very kind of inconvenience bias, then we will try to avoid it, and then we will continue to answer as we were doing it honestly.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, that gives me a brief idea about your education and other related matters. Now, I would be interested in knowing about your family, including your grandparents, brothers, sisters, etc. What are their education and occupation? And generally, how do you spend time together? I would also be interested in knowing about the general activities at home, the ones in which you get personally involved. Whom do you approach for help if you have a problem or you want to confide? I also would like to know about your friends in the neighborhood. How do you spend time together? How much of pocket money do you get and how do you spend it?
Sir, at first I will tell the family members I have. Already I have told you that my father, my mother, and my brother, younger brother. And sir, I have my grandma with me, and there's also my uncle and aunts are living just nearby over my house. And sir, the activities, social and cultural activities which I take part with them in sir, during the Fridays only, or within a month or within a week, we organize a langar for the community, for the people only. And then I try to participate over there and distribute the people over the langar. And sir, within my helping my father and mother, I try to help my mother in the household chores and picking up the vegetables and certain other things. And sir, in my father's side, I usually go to a shop and help him over billing and certain other things for packing the supplies and delivering it. And sir, if I talk about my neighborhood friends, there were mainly sir 2 or 3 friends, but most of them have went to abroad or certain other places to study. And sir, activities that I took part when I was a child, I used to visit the Gurdwara and do seva over there. We used to play over there, and sir, currently now also, when we assemble at 6:30 or 7, we play badminton or play cricket over. Sir, if I talk about the monthly expenditure which I get, there's a prior no monthly expenditure, but certainly when I ask for any book or certain other thing, they allow me at certain times. For example, one book for 1 month. And sir, for any kind of extra expenditure, I try to note it down so that I can control my expenditure. That was it.
Okay. So, like you have a younger brother, how do you help him out? What are your advices to him?
During my evening time, when I get free from the shop and I've done my stuff, so I do help my brother for solving his doubts, and I go over him and then ask him what are the problems he's facing currently now, what are the topics going in the coaching only, because he's preparing for the JEE examination. Sir, I help him over that and try to tell him more tricks and advanced tricks so that he can excel in his mathematics and physics. And
Okay.
sir, in certain case, when he's facing any problem in a topic, then I make a test over him by using the online and my books also. Then I give it.
So, what kind of tricks do you tell him? Give me 1, 2 examples.
For example, sir, in APBP, arithmetic progression, sir. Arithmetic progression, sir, we have certain things such as 3n square plus qn is there. For example, it is. Sir, this is the equation for the sum of the n terms. So, sir, the trick is there. For the general term, the square, this is here. For example, 3n square, sir. So, the 3 will be multiplied by 2, and this will be the first term of that AP, arithmetic progression. So, I think I'll stick like that.
Okay.
And sir, one more trick which I made that in case of matrix determinant, which he has not right now, but for basic math, I tell him that in case you have got any PQRS in matrix, then assume it, then solve it.
Done. Say one day your mother has sent you for shopping in the market and you are coming back, it's quite late in the night. and the road is empty, and you see, like, four guys pushing a lady inside a car, and the car does not have a number plate. So what will you do?
At first, sir, I will stop my scooty over there, and then at first I will directly call the police. By the meantime, I will call them up, the youngsters over there who are pushing the lady.
From
And
where
then,
will you call?
sir, I have my mobile phone with me.
Suppose the mobile network is not there.
Sir, in that case, I will directly move on to them, or sir, with my key only, I will try to push them out by threatening them, so that I can save the lady and take her to the nearest police.
So they push you in the car dicky, and they shut it down.
Sir, I will follow them.
No, you are inside the car itself. They have kidnapped you now.
Okay. Sir, in that case, sir, as my hands are not tied, so I will try to grab one of the kidnappers by his neck and try
So they
to
have
push.
put you inside the dicky, and they have pushed you inside the dicky, and they have closed the bonnet and locked it.
Sir, the dicky is right over there. Sir, there is one space between the dicky and the seat. So I will push my hand over, upside the dicky.
It's night time.
Sorry, sir?
It's night time. Nobody can see your hand.
सर सीट के ऊपर मतलब सीट और डिक्की बीच में सर जगह होती है जहाँ पे मेरे को डालना है सर मैं अपना हाथ वो सीट के साइड लाऊंगा ताकि उस बंदे को पकड़ सकूं फिर अगर वो उन्होंने खोलना भी चाहा तो मैं भाग दूंगा वहां से और उनको पकड़वाने की कोशिश करूंगा
Done. Okay, great. Now tell me something like, what general advice you get from your father and what you get from your mother. Every student in student life, mother, father always tell you. So what are the general advices you get from your parents? Mother, father, exclusively, different advice.
Sir, mainly from my mother also, I get the advice to do not to do experiments on the things. Such as, sir, to do computer repairing and maintenance. At certain times, sir, I have already opened my laptop to repair it. But because, sir, there was one incident which happened in my time that there was a PC over there, CPU was there. So, sir, I took the hard drive out of it and cleaned it, and the fan was, I was cleaning it. So, sir, there was one socket which got removed by mistake. So, sir, my parents told me to be careful and to take the picture of that socket so that you can fix it earlier afterwards. And sir, this was the meaning. And during my father, if I talk about father and mother, they tell me one more common advice that you are trying to be very empathetic towards the friends. You have very great feeling, but you have to control. In my father's case, father tells me that you are good, but in certain point of time, because of your work, but whatever work I assign you, listen carefully before working. At certain point of time, sir, the
Anything about habits which they want you to change?
Sir, habits primarily जैसे कोई माल डाल रहे हैं मतलब पेटी में डाल रहे हैं तो काफी छोटी डब्बी होती है तो ये पता नहीं लगता है कि कौन सी कंपनी की है या फिर किस चीज की है so that's why sir he tells me this kind of habit.
And from other side, what habits she wants you to change?
Other side, talk less with friends. Like certain time when a long time back, when my friend called me, it takes around 45 or 30 minutes. So trying to calm that down, that time, so that I can utilize it.
Okay. Well, that gives me fair idea about your family and other related activities. Sorry. Now, I would be interested in knowing about your hobbies, interests, spare time, leisure time activities. If you have a facility to access internet, how do you make use of it? What is your routine on a Sunday and a working day? Mr.
Sir, talking about my routine on Sundays and working days, mainly sir, same. There is some certain kind of differences on certain days. For example, Tuesday and Friday. And sir, during working days, I usually wake up at 6 or 6:15. Then after freshening up, I go to for running and then I go to play volleyball. Afterwards, coming back home, I do my workout. By 7 or 7:15, I get free. 7:30, I get freed up. After sir, 7:45 until 7:45, I help bringing up water from the RO, and then by 8 I get freshened up and then take the breakfast. By 8:30 or 8:45, I go to the shop and open it up and clean the shop and just put on the PC and everything got set up. Afterwards, sir, by 9 to around 2 p.m., I help my father over my shop only. And afterwards, sir, about so 2 to around 3, I take my rest and have my lunch. Afterwards, sir, from 3 to around 4:30 or 5, I read my newspaper and whatever the current affairs, what is been going on, and try to watch some interview or certain army person. For example, sir, General Bipin Rawat, I have already got. So, sir, afterwards, sir, around 5 to 6:30 or 6, I help my brother over the doubt solving and focusing on his education. Afterwards, sir, 6:30 to 7:30 or 8, we play badminton over there, and I do cycling after my this thing is over. And sir, around 8:30, I get filled up. 8:45, I take my bath and get freshened up. By 9:30, we are spending time with my family and having the dinner. By 9:30 to around 10:30, we have a meeting with my friends over the SSB that what kind of topics are going there in the world and so, and what are your opinions about it. By 10:30 to 11, I try to fix up my laptop, what is there and what are the problem I am facing. So by 11 to 11:30, I read a book and then I go to sleep.
Okay.
The same goes for Sundays. Sundays, sir, there's certain differences. For example, 6:30 or 6, I wake up, then I go to play volleyball with running only. Afterwards, sir, coming back home by 7:30, 7:45 or 7:50, I do my workout. The workout is less over there. Sir, by 8, if the breakfast is made, that's okay. We will take the breakfast from the outside only, from market. Sir, by 9, everything is done. I go with my father over the supplying of the medicine. By 9 to 12, we come back over the home. And by 12 to around 1 p.m., sir, we go to our shop to maintain the records and whatever things are there, that is done there. And sir, by 1 to around 2, I have my lunch and have sleep over there. So 2:30, I wake up, and 2:30 to around 4:30 or 4:45, I read my newspaper and again the current affairs. So 4:45, around 5, I go to have cycling and playing sports for 6:30. And then coming back, I do freshen up, and by 7 to 9, my father and the all family go outside for having some ride on the car. And by 9, sir, we come back home. By 9:30, having some more time spent with them. 9:30, we have a meeting with my friends. Then the same thing goes on. So, sir, internet usage, I do take up the current affairs and, sir, for example, the interviews. And, sir, I use my internet over repairing habits for repairing whatever things I have in my home only. This is electrical appliances, bulbs. And, sir, for reading habits, I take up the books, the e-books which I usually use by internet only, using the sites such as Ocean of PDF, such like sites like that. And sir, for hobbies which I usually purchase like cycling and reading books, it helped me a lot during my all time from sixth class to 11th, 12th standard, and still continuing.
Okay, great. Tell me something about your strong points of your personality and certain aspects that you think that you need to improve upon.
Sir, at first the strong points are determined, resolute, and sir, one thing that I don't give up early, because sir, whenever I face problems, I try to overcome over that. At first, I tried my best, so overcoming that and trying to give it the best, and trying to curb off where I have lagged in my daily routine. This is one thing which I follow. And sir, I'm disciplined also, because sir, discipline is the basic aspect, and focusing on that and persevering over my daily routine, this is the main target of my whole day. And sir, the weak aspect which I need to follow, as my father's advice is also there, and one of my friends advised that you have to focus on your carefulness when you are working with your financial expenditure. Financial expenditure is not the right thing, but in your business, when you are supplying something. And sir, for sports, my friends have already told me that you have to play more sports so that you can get physically fit.
So what aspects of your personality you feel you need to improve? What are your weaknesses?
The weaknesses are mainly carefulness and some more time management, which I need to follow.
Okay, great. Now, of what happened? What do you think is the reason why you could not get through in your first attempt in NDA?
Sir, there was no particular reason I tried to find out, and like in case of GPU, I found out that at certain point the GPE was there. The discussion 8 minutes have already passed. We have not decided anything. So I tried to overcome all that by dividing the roles among ourselves. So this can be one of aspects. And sir, in case of side test, there can be some related to sir SRTs which I committed less. But in PATs also, at the last moment, my hand was not working very priorly and full, and my handwriting was also not good. So this thing I need to follow.
Okay. So you are taking any preparation for being successful for NDA?
Sir, for written examination, as I've already took the coaching, so there's not any requirement right now. So for SSB, I think that I have to follow something. I need some guidance, then I take the coaching.
Okay. Great. Well, I have asked you so many questions. Do you have anything to ask me?
Sir, one thing I want to ask you about your career. Sir, have you been to DSSC, Bangalore?
Sorry?
Sir, Defense Staff Services College. Have you been there?
Your voice is cracking.
Sir, have you been to Defense Staff Services College, Wellington?
Why are you asking me this?
Sir, this I need to follow in my career when I get in the armed forces.
So even if I have gone to college, how will it make a difference to you?
Sir, when I ask you so that you will get.
Or otherwise, if I have not gone to college, how will it make a difference to you? You want to follow it, you go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir,
How is it going to affect you? I am now so old and senior. I finished this way back. I don't even remember the year now when I was there. So how is it going to help you? And if I have not gone, how is it going to help you?
if you have gone, then I would have known that what are the kinds of things that make such kind of men out of them. It is general defense army. Sir, this
Oh,
that.
okay. Acha, that way.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Well, it was lovely interacting with you, Sushant. All the best. Sir, I am through, sir.
Okay. Now let's Rakshita and Sanofer unmute. Put on a video. Unmute yourself. Both of you unmute yourself. Yeah. And start with Sanofer. Tell me about what is your opinion about the interview?
Sir, I found it.
One by one. Let's Sanofer ask, then we'll come back to Rakshita. Yeah, Sanofer, read it.
Sir, I found it kind of very interacting and knowledgeable. It was very good that Sushant giving the answers very confidently. So it was very good.
Okay. Anything else?
No, sir. I think at some points he should be sure about some things. So that was the suggestion I would like to give him.
Okay. Any other point? No.
No, sir.
Okay. Rakshita, let me hear.
Sir, I felt like it was a great interaction. As she said, he was very confident and to the point most of the time. But sir, just one thing which I would like to say that, like sir, when sir asked him about the Agniveer scheme and all, so I think I just felt like he could have been more specific at some points. Otherwise, sir, it was great.
So both of you have will select him. Your recommendation is that he is selected. Has he cleared the interview?
Sir, I don't think I'm much qualified to decide that.
No. I'm just saying in your mind, what do you think?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. He is fair enough.
Okay. Before the Captain Sujit takes it on. Now, I'll start with my interview. Now, he has got the final authority, so I have got no option but to accept it now and then. So, What is the first and foremost, no? You handled your question regarding Batinda very well, and you could have been slightly more detailed. You could have be specific. That you handled it well. You have told what is good and what not so good was. That is the first question around there. Second part comes from there. Now, the first CIQ that he asked you about your family, you started missing out the points. You
Yes.
can't, you have to be more attentive. You have to be more, and this only not only once, and all the 3 SIQ have missed out.
Yes.
And at the last SIQ, we started from the backward, and that's known. I told them we have got a memory in which we call it recency. The phenomenon say anything which happened last, we have a tendency to remember it. Anything which happens first, we have got tendency to remember. In between, there's a gap which comes back. Last CIQ just came back. He started with when he asked you hobbies and all particular thing, and you started with your
Routine.
last question around there. How do you pass time and all particular that your routine and all you talked about it, which you have to avoid it, because that means that shows your attentiveness, reasoning ability. The reasoning ability, what attention
Receptivity
is
gone.
one of the aspects of the reasoning gets questioned.
Receptivity is gone.
Second aspect, he has 1 or 2 times when question which you missed out, he is pointing it out. That has to be avoided. So that missing out and giving extra question. First, I gave him more than what he was asking. You have to be answering only to the point. You went on to talk about so many things which was not part of the question. Listen to the question, answer only to the point. Okay. Now next. Then you talk fundamentally when you talk about the games. Tug of war is not a game. It's a one-time event. How many times do you organize a tug of war? Once in 2 months, once 6 months, one in not every day. So it cannot be called a sports. No. It's a fun activity which goes on. So you talked about tug of war, and you also talked about what are the other activities? Tug of war, drill competition, 1-1. So it's one-time event. It cannot be called as a games. It's a part of routine. You have been part of the activities as a cadet or as a school or college. You have participated. So it is not a games and sports as such. Okay. Now, the question which he asked you about the Prince Academy, you could not afford to handle it well. You should have been very specific telling around that, yes, I wanted to join NDA, and as a result, I heard that the Prince Academy results are good, and I thought I'll get a better opportunity. That's the reason I got, and my father could afford to give money, and he had no problem with money. That's the reason we went, and I found the academy to be better around. But the next question, he comes back where he gets your performance while going to Prince Academy has gone down. That means wrong. So your choice that you made it was wrong. That's what really indicative of.
Yes.
Yes. Then you should have come. Yes, then you should have come up and counter it off at that period of time itself. Though my performance in education had went on, but I learned much more than what I could have learned otherwise. There is a sense of discipline. There's a certain activity that there, games and sports facilities there, which I wouldn't have been exposed to. I had good people on it, good advance. So you had
all-round development. कुछ तो आ सकता था ना. All-round development हुआ है.
So you have got all of that ability. It is not necessarily education in one part of it. Part saying that, anytime when you're 80% level, we're happy. There's nothing greater on the you.
Yeah.
Anything you have 80% is a fairly good score. At our time, no one you could even think about anyone who used to get 60%. He was he was a scholar.
Brilliant. Yes, sir.
So now we
Yes,
got 80%, nothing to worry about. So why should he get under pressure unnecessarily? Okay. Then need prompting. That is the point which came back 1 or 2 places. He has asked you need prompting on them. Then he asked you the help and assistance that you get from a family and all that you give or take around that you answer, you have not answered at all. Okay. Then as I was you were starting from the backward, very bad. Hobby, again, hobby is what? Is a spare time activities. Cycling, how long do you do cycling? How many kilometers do you run? How you taken as a sports on that? Has it only just for fun? You going in the evening for 2 kilometers, घूम कर चला आता हूँ. So that even so you can't be called a hobby. Hobby is a proper. No, it involves time, money, and effort. Everything around that. You have to pick up how. You talked about reading habit. Reading habit. He didn't ask question. You personally just came back in the internet. I read reading habit. and that reading habit, you couldn't afford to do that. Which books do you read and how to come back? And handling of the internet question was slightly, you could have done it better on, done it better. Overall, when as far as the, let's talk about that, is the, they have already talked about it, you are confident, yes. You are, you could afford to, your power expression was good, your thought process was right, there's nothing wrong with that. You seem to be honest in your reply. That is the greatest thing which happened. You seem to be very honest, which gives you kudos around there. Be honest that, you know, even if something wrong, you very rightly put to us, I do not know. And that's how it should approach, should be there, very right on there. Because you handled the question of why armed forces, quite okay. That's why you told about, you have seen the people in uniform, you wanted to join around, you could talk about Panditji as engineers and also that indicates. But in any case, since you are going to join services around there, you are asked for it, there is need to have more knowledge about the company and the organization that you want to go around for. Okay. Reasons for low marks, you did try to substand it, but you couldn't afford to come back. Yes, I went down because of sports, but I have gained something. That's it, that's the point. That's not answerable. Your Agniveer performance, you handled it fairly okay. I'll give it on that much. Only thing you went, he kept on creating pressure, and you just kept on, you started coming under pressure. So you should have avoided that. Your answers last when he talked about it, say, I will not go. Someone will say, so sir, he's the duty bound to go. There is no question of not going at all. He's a soldier, and till such time he remains in uniform. He has got no option, no person. He has joined the services of his own will. No one has forced him to join. It's, and secondly, Agniveer is a army or the service is not supposed to be naukri nahi hai. It's a way of life. It's a totally different. So you have to be slightly more, they are the small lollipop which are given to you, must take it on. You know that the questions are going to be asked on there. Why can't we afford to be more confident getting into it? Okay. Quiz cognization. Okay, that's last one. He bungled it up from there. When he tells you telling lies and all. No, you start off well, but at that time you finishing mission ho jata hai tumhara. Adi kata hai, suppose if he keeps shouting and getting just disqualify, and that's the end of it. What can he do about it? If he keeps on shouting and creating hangam there, do you accept it nonsense? I don't accept nonsense in any case. Discipline there. If there is a mistake from us, we'll accept it and we'll correct it. That's fair enough to that point. Okay. Go that, okay. Then you are very conscientious because you seem to be very well involved with your family affairs and the routine that you follow, helping your father, mother, and your routine, going to the shop and all, that does indicate goodness into you. So that's do not give up. It's attitude that he gave it, okay. But you couldn't have. There are the 2 points you should very, so two strength and weakness you should be very forthright. And he had to put a word into your mouth. What is then you came back time management, it might be a problem on there. Then when you talk about your friends talking about 40 minutes, 50 minutes to friends, that's not okay. That one mobile, impossible. You can't call it as a good habit by itself. Yes, chit chat around there, go around half an hour, 45 minutes around there, talk to them, but only on talking on the mobile for 1 hour with your friends on it, that can't be called a good habit by itself. But as far as I'm concerned, yes, you have got goodness outweighs your weaknesses around there, and I feel you can afford to do well as far if you just improve yourself further. Now I leave it to Captain Sushant for onward journey.
Right. So it must have come as a shock after 2 votes came in your favor. है ना? हाँ. तो 2 favor तेरे को आ गए थे कि you are cleared. Your teammates said that we will go with you. Well, there are many things what sir brought out. One, your personality is good, but you are not crossing the bar.
Okay.
You are not crossing the bar. मतलब एक high jump होता है ना? High jump के लिए तुम्हारा jump आ रहा है and you are just constantly hitting the bar and it is falling down. This is where you stand, and this
last
is why
you are giving up on the system.
This is where you were conferenced out, and you still have not analyzed yourself कि what could be the reason for you not making it. तो कहीं ना कहीं एक कैजुअलनेस भी है. जैसे सर ने बताया, अरे बदमाशी वो कर रहा है, गलत वो है, and you are unable to take charge, and this is not happening first time. अग्निवीर के साथ भी वही टेंडेंसी निकल कर आई. जब वो लेडी का किडनैपिंग हो रहा था तब भी वही हुआ. एंड एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, अंडर दैट स्ट्रेस, यू लेफ्ट योर इंटेलिजेंस बिहाइंड. वो 4 लोग हैं यार. यू हैव सब्जी का थैला विथ यू, दैट्स इट. वो 4 के पास बंदूक हो सकती है, चाकू हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. कैन यू अफोर्ड टू फाइट? द लेडी इज ऑल्सो गॉन एंड यू आर ऑल्सो किडनैप्ड.
Surrendering is a very surrendering is supposed to be the worst thing which can ever happen. And like a prisoner of war is not acceptable in the services. You can't be taken as a prisoner of war. It's a crime.
Boss, you have to come out with solutions. Sir ने बताया होगा effective intelligence, reasoning ability to cope up with practical situations. बताया ना सर ने? अब ये situations आ रही थी, तुमने cope up कैसे किया?
थोड़ा मतलब इंटेलिजेंस.
लास्ट क्वेश्चन. अच्छा, लास्ट क्वेश्चन जो तुम्हारा DSSC वाला था, हाउ वाज इट इंटेलिजेंट? वेयर डू आई रेट यू ऑन दैट?
Where was the need to ask that last question at all?
अभी तुम आर्म फोर्सेस में आए नहीं.
And DSC, then you are trying to show off you at that time. That shows
Yes.
you have got tendency to show off at that time when you are talking what is DSC, what is staff quality. It means someone will talk to you and you get into it. You are showing off. You are beyond that. You can't show off.
तो इसीलिए रक्षिता और सनोफर को तुम बड़े कॉन्फिडेंट लगे. But to me, it was the other way around. Ki here I have a boy who's not using his intelligence, God's gift, but not using it.
You have got intelligence, you not used it. It's the other way around. It's not that you don't lack intelligence, mind you. But until you use your intelligence effectively, use your intelligence, find a solution to the problem. Why should I ask the question on that?
अच्छा, मुझे बताओ कौन सा लड़का है जो स्पोर्ट्स खेल के अपने मार्क्स कम करता है? मैं एक सिंपल लेमन में पूछ रहा हूं, कौन सा लड़का है, कौन सा स्टूडेंट है जो स्पोर्ट्स खेल के अपने मार्क्स कम करता है? When his father has sent him and you have decided to go there to achieve some objective.
And advice that your friend has given you what?
What?
Totally wrong advice. It's a totally,
Actually, it is so casual advice. It is not a sincere advice from a friend.
So it means that indicates your choice of friend, it's not right. And even you talk about all your friends that you talk about, that it requires more to be developed and built upon.
आपके दोस्त आपको किस तरह की शैलो एडवाइस दे रहे हैं? यार 12th में मेरे दोस्त मेरे को काफी चीजें समझाते थे बाकी चीजों के बारे में, which they knew and I knew. How we cope up with this, how we cope up with that, how we try and see IIT, how we try and...
You cannot afford to casual. The casualness that has to end. You have to keep your guards on every time like a boxer. You do not know when you are going to get punched out. He is ready to give you a punch. Don't worry. His job is to create a pressure onto you. And until he creates a pressure, the facade that you are putting on, that will not be broken.
और आप दूसरा बात मानिए, आप के अंदर कहीं ना कहीं एंजाइटी भी है, इसीलिए आप हमेशा लास्ट से स्टार्ट कर रहे हो और बीच का आप छोड़ दे रहे हो. When I put you under stress, you became anxious. And it came and affected your grasping power.
Because all three situations that he created, at the end, you could not afford, you just wavered. You don't know what to be done. Kim kartab bimur. That is the word is Kim kartab bimur ho gaya. समझते किसका मतलब किम करते में? You do not know what is to be done. You lost it. Okay, let it flow in the water.
So, where is your SOR? Where is your RA? Where is your EI? Where is your confidence? Where is your determination?
Okay.
Chalo.
Anything else?
Sir, that's all, sir.
I think we had a nice study. Anything else? Any question from your side now, Sushant?
Everything.
Analyze yourself. This opportunity you don't
Yes.
get very many times.
Yes.
You may have been interviewed many people on there, but the feedback that you have got it probably it will be difficult to get it from anyone.
ये सर ने जो बात कही ना, इसको ध्यान रखना. हमने तुमको आज वो रास्ता दिखाया where you need to do introspection. This will give you all right answers which you can have from your personality to the SSB का interviewing officer.
It's a check of personality. SSB is check of personality, nothing else. You don't require any preparation. You have to clean up a personality, thought process. What is personality? The way we feel, think, act, and behave.
बस
The way we feel, think, act, and behave, the 4 factors makes a personality. If we can do that, that's the end of it. You don't require anyone.
अब आप देखो, आप इंटेलिजेंट हो के सर, 1 point just last, I forgot, I have written here. तुमने जबरदस्ती का मैथ्स क्यों बोला? What was your when I could have asked any question under the maths, ठीक है, एंड तुम उसके ऊपर तुम मैथमेटिशियन में रामानुजम का एकदम फेमस वो है. I will not answer it. You find out now.
Okay.
It can be anything better under the sun. So you got to be really, really working, not from
And
the
actually,
tendency
interviewing
of showing
officer
off.
goes anywhere, any part of the world. I know what question he had, he himself does not know. And
तो
he
showing off के लिए कहीं ट्रैप में मत फंस जाओ.
Okay. How's your Sanofer? How do you like the interview? Was it helpful?
Sir, some questions. I
Yeah.
got to know some questions sir asked to Sushant. So, sir, last point, you said we made him confident. That was, he asked about the Wellington. So that thing offended me also, and I was about to talk, but I didn't. So
Why?
I think that.
Why?
Sir, because I think it will show my show off. So that's why I didn't talk about it.
तो कौन लड़का ऐसा सोचेगा, कौन सी पर्सनालिटी ऐसी सोचेगी कि शायद दूसरों को बुरा लग जाए और ये हो जाए और वैसा हो जाए?
देखो, it's a
सोचना.
class. Here we don't mince words.
Yes.
We are not here give kudos. My aim is to find faults and tell you what is your goodness. Simple.
Yes.
Okay.
Plus, second thing is that one question about sir asked about what is the difference between cars and aeroplanes.
Yeah.
So, what is the
Motorcycle.
difference between motorcycles and aeroplanes?
No,
Yeah.
not difference. I said was why.
What is it?
How does it
Why
fly?
can't motorcycle fly?
Yes, sir.
That was the
So
question. That's a
we should
technical
be
question.
more specific on that too. So,
Okay,
No, I think he said Bernoulli's principle. He said, and he
he talked about
explained for me.
Bernoulli's principle. That is sufficient. He is not going to be. He's not.
Yeah.
We don't expect a person. Bernoulli. He talked
sir,
about.
I have also one question.
हाँ.
Sir, not taking part in sports. So, sir, does that impact bad on?
It is. Sports does not mean that you play at national, international level. क्लास में कुछ तो करते होगे, लड़कियों का क्लास, लड़का कुछ तो खेलते होगे ना? नहीं खेलते हैं क्या?
खेलते हैं सर.
That's the end of it. We'll talk
हम
about
लोग स्पोर्ट्समैन थोड़ी ओलंपिक्स थोड़ी चूज करना है हमको.
सर, इसका मतलब सिर्फ डिपार्टमेंटल लेवल पे खेले हैं.
That's sufficient.
हाँ, ठीक है.
You don't have to go across to play. Even if class level खेलते हो ना, I play all the games around there. I know. And then he'll ask you some question on the, especially on the some football कैसा क्या है. Even he'll ask the size of the football. You should know about it. It's a question knowledge. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
No more.
Anything
questions,
else?
sir. Thank you. No, sir.
Anything else? Anyone? Right then. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, sir.
Good night. Thank
Good
you,
day, sir.
Captain.
Great.
Bye.
Thanks. Good.